Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tuesday, September 11th team call. Thank you guys so much for being here. I am so excited for you all to be able to just bask in the wealth of knowledge that is Kerrie Davis surrounding her amazing customer care regimen. So I will introduce her in just a minute. I wanted to go over a few things first, just some team news and business, and then also introduce to you our newest member. I'm super excited. So Joni, and you can't see her face, but I'm sure she's waving. Joni has been a amazing customer of mine for what? How long has it been now, Joni? Maybe 6 months?
Oh,
How long? Oh,
it was right at the beginning of April.
okay. She is a world-class shredder. I hope it's okay if I share a little bit of your story, but she has lost, is it 25 pounds?
Oh my gosh.
I think so. 25 pounds on the shred. She's getting her 2 kids healthy, and she's had the most amazing experience. She shared it with her parents, and she's just super excited to jump on board our team and be able to go out and make a bigger impact, not only on her family's future, but also her friends and family. And we are super excited to have her on board. So Joni, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being on the call. Can everyone say hi? Okay, and then just two items of business. Everyone, please remember and be planning on the regional event this Saturday in Denver from 9 until noon. It's been posted on the Voxer chat several times and on the Grit page. If you're still not sure what that is, reach out to me and I will send you the information personally. But that is a perfect event to get to and to get guests to. It's a short, only 3 hours, and lots of fantastic information. It's going to be great for new people as well. And then for those of you who are going to conference, the yacht price, the $50 for adults and $40 for kids, is due by this Friday. It needs to be before that if you can at all make it. If you can make it happen before that, but Friday is the absolute deadline. There are no extensions on this one, guys. So please Venmo me the money. If you don't have the money, reach out. We'll figure it out. But that needs to happen ASAP. And then just remember that the early bird deadline for conference tickets ends September 21st. Okay, I think that is all for announcements. So I am going to put this on speaker view. And I can't wait to announce my dear friend, Kerrie, who I'm just going to read your bio, Kerrie. So as a busy corporate executive for 25 years, she realized that she wanted to say yes to more. So after reclaiming her health in 2010, the desire to design her life became more important than working a 60-hour-a-week job. Wow, that's a lot of hours.
I know.
That epiphany allowed her to step away from the corporate job and launched her Juice Plus business. During this time, she was also a transitional foster care provider to many young women who were aging out of the system and through the transition living program. She is super passionate in improving the health of families through whole food nutrition and changing the health of our most disenfranchised youth. Her mission is to empower women to live lives of purpose, passion, and possibility, who can then pour into the next generation. She loves her kids, her daughter Michelle, granddaughter Piper, and grandson Gunnar, her son Donnie, and about 200 extra kids around the nation that have called her home theirs. She's truly blessed, and we are truly blessed to be able to have her on the call today.
Oh my gosh.
So before I turn it over to you, Kerrie, I just want to give a little bit of background why I asked you to perform our customer care information.
Right.
And that's because it is easier to keep a customer with really good customer care than it is to get a new customer. And Kerrie has had at one time over 100 customers of her own, which is incredible, you guys, incredible to be able to take care of that many customers that they continue to stick around. So with that, please, Kerrie, take it over.
Okay, well, I'm going to share my screen. Hopefully we'll get this Okay. See if this is going to work. I got to move this little guy out of the way. Okay. Well, I don't know how many of you like, we call them love calls. We don't call them follow-up calls, which is also known as FU calls. We call them love calls, and it's really important to really get your mind wrapped around that, to love on our customers, because it's an incredible journey for people. And I have to share my story really briefly. That's me. That was me. Like, I need a new profile picture. I know. So that was me in 2010, and when I was first introduced to Juice Plus and these incredible products that changed my life. It was before Shred 10, it was before Transform 30. There wasn't really a name for it, although the chiropractor that introduced me knew that the more he flooded my body with plant-based nutrients, I would have a bigger result. And so what ended up happening is I was a single mom working all those hours, trying to raise my kids. And in my 40s and 50s, I began to gain weight, as you can see, but I was in the gym at that time at least 5 days a week. So it wasn't, they had me on all these diets, nothing was working. They put me on 5 different medications, none of which are good for you. So statin drug, metformin, arthritis, pain meds, muscle relaxant. Did that for 10 years, nothing changed. So by the time I landed in his office, I was desperate. And I think sometimes we don't really realize how desperate our customers are. And he loved on me and he supported me. And I was in his office probably 3 days a week with a back injury, and he just asked me, are you willing to embrace this lifestyle? He made some simple changes in my lifestyle and take these plant-based powders and drinking 2 shakes a day. I think you're going to get some results. And I was all in. But I also had his support throughout the week. That really cemented in a little bit of my customer care background, because I don't know if I would, when I'd go see him, I'd ask him questions like, are you supposed to feel this? Is this supposed to be happening? Why is this going on? And so it was really important that I was connected with him. And I think he's the one that really cemented in about loving on people and really taking care of them. And so in about 8 months, I lost 80 plus pounds, got off all my meds. I've been medication free. I think I've lost a little over 110 pounds now. I shred every month. I'm like the poster child for shred. And so it's just been life-changing for me. I'll be 63 in about 2 weeks, and I feel better than 33. So that's a little bit about me, but that also says a little bit about the customer care thing. And early on, I listened to Gordon Hester, and I don't know if a lot of you know about Gordon, but he used to do some talks, and he talked with us one time about this bathtub analogy, and he talked about customer retention. So if you can imagine a bathtub with the water coming out. So the water coming out of the faucet is your customers, all your new customers. They're flowing into the bathtub. And ideally what we want to do is we want to have the drain plugged so your water fills up with customers, right? But for a lot of people, the drain's open. So as you're pouring in customers, they're going right down the drain. Like they're quitting, they're not staying on the product, we're not getting in touch with them. And it really is, Lacey hit upon it, it's much harder to get a new customer than it is to just love on the ones we have and really take care of them. And so that bathtub analogy really hit home for me about taking care of our customers. And so I started early on. Because I've been customer qualified, I think, I don't know, like 4 or 5 years. But there's some things that took place that I think is really important for us to think about as for our customers in terms of this bathtub analogy. One of them is we're bringing in customers through that faucet. How well do we know them? Like, how well are we getting to know them? Sometimes I think we're so anxious to get the order, but we don't really ask them a lot of questions up front. And for me, asking questions up front sets up the foundation of my customer care. So I want to be that master asker. We have Nikki Cotton is our upline, and she's always told us to be solutioneers and be a master asker. And so I take some time up front to find out a little bit about this person that's sitting in front of me. Like, are they married? Are they single? Do they have a significant other? Do they have a partner? Do they have kids? And if so, what are their ages and how many do they have? And what do they like to do? And where do they live? And is there any changes that they're seeing that's going to come up in their future? What kind of health challenges are they experiencing right now? What do they do well in their health? And what do they want to change in their health? And what are they passionate about? Like, do they like to do artwork, or do they like to play basketball, or do they like to hang out with their kids, or what's going on with them? So I really try to find out where their passion lies. And then I ask them, I sneak it in what month they're born. Now I can find it out on Facebook. There's literally hundreds of ways you can do it, but I always ask them if they're on Facebook and can I friend them. But I try to find out what month they're born, so if I'm asking about the kids on the Family Start program, or I'm asking their ages, I just ask them I'll find some kind of commonality and ask them oh yeah, I'm a September girl. What are you? I'll get it in so that I can find out the month that they were born in, because everybody loves a birthday card. And it's really important, I think, for that connection. And then I ask them about their extended family. And the reason I ask them, because I just had this situation come up. So I just put on 2 new shredders, and I noticed, I actually went and they introduced me. One of the people had their mothers living with them in another room. She seemed like she was not very healthy, and they were taking care of her. And I started them off with the Family Start program for 2 of the grandkids, and then the Shred program. And they were kind of they weren't sure. I could tell they were a little I really want to do this. And I dropped some little hints yeah, I really think your mom could benefit. Does she have some health challenges? I noticed she didn't get up out of her chair. Yeah, she's got diabetes. I said, oh, wow. How's her eating? So I just started asking. And then I would drop little hints. I didn't push it at the time because they were already, investing quite a bit. But I just said, I just really think your mom, think about it. I think your mom would really do really well on this. So 2 days went by and they just signed their mom up. So but I wanted to ask a few more questions. So the reason I'm asking all these questions is because I want to know them. I want to know what they're passionate about, because then I can send them different things. So you got to know your customer when they come in. Take some time. We have the survey, but take some time to ask some additional questions. Really get to know them. Be their partner in their health journey, and be their friend. People want to know that, So, and now we're going to engage them. So here's where kind of the whole foundation is built. And so my customer base ranges between 85 to 100 customers every month. And then I'm also the wellness coordinator for a chiropractor who has 40. So I have 140 people. So here's some things that I've learned along the way, and things that my upline has helped me with to kind of control some of that. First of all, I was thinking about how often do you connect with them? And I think, honestly, we need to be connecting with them. If you're under 40 customers, you need to be connecting with them every single month in some way, shape, or form. You need to be texting. You need to be, giving them a call, Facebook message, and you need to send them some free content. Everybody loves to get free stuff, They love that, you send them a cookbook or a video or maybe an article you read or a recipe. People love that. And so when I'm texting them, I'm always giving them value. Always. I'm not just saying, hey, how you doing? Are you taking your Juice Plus? Or your order's going out. Now, when I'll tell you that I do all my order people at the very first day of the month, or usually the last day of the previous month. So when I run my customer report, I go into format. So if everybody knows how to do that in their virtual office, they go into their customer section and they go into format, and then I always put the entry date and the status. I always like to do that. And then I go return to next step, and then I run the report. And once you get the report, there's these headers at the top, first, last name, next ship date, all that. I click on the header that has next ship date. And then it puts them, lists them by the times that the orders that are going out. So I'll see like 10 orders are going out or 15 orders are going out this month. I do them all at the same time so that no order goes out without me knowing about it. And then I always send something fun with it. Like I always send an image, and your order's getting ready to go out. And that's also the time that I build. Like if they're on the duo, which I don't have very many people doing that, but I'll ask them about the vineyard. If they're on the trio, I'm asking them about, this is a perfect time to get on omegas and shakes. You want to try it for 4 months. We can get it to go out about the same time as your order. So I'm always trying to build and layer and get them more experience. Or the Tower Garden. So I cross over. I open every single door. So I get them all done at the first of the month, and I don't have to worry about it until the next month, and then at the end of the month, I do it again. And I also use snail mail. That's what I use sometimes. I will send a birthday card. If I don't do it online, I'm sending them a birthday card or a thank you card. So I'll go through, when I do those lists, I'll go through and see who my oldest customers are. And I will send them a thank you card for being in my Juice Plus family for 7 years or 6 years or whatever, and send them something. Maybe it's a Starbucks card or a Trader Joe's card or something, but just being able to honor them. And they feel so special when they get it. It's incredible. So, and again, cross products and asking them for referrals. If I've got them on the phone, I'm going to be asking them, like, you are so loving your Juice Plus. Like, I know you probably know. Can you think of anybody else in your circle of friends and family that would really love to feel like you do? And I get a lot of referrals that way. So always, just opening it up and asking them. And if they say, well, no, I can't think of anybody, say, well, just keep it on top of your mind. When you're, not having any 6 days anymore and you're less achy, I'm sure you're going to talk to somebody that's going to be real achy, or they're missing a lot of days on the job. And so I've always asked them for referrals. And then as I'm going through on my customer list, I am highlighting my hot list. Those are the people, let's face it, not everyone in our customers do you want on your team. Right? I mean, that's just true. I mean, I've got somebody right now that, poor Michelle, we were at an event and I was texting her and I was like, you're going to have a 3-hour talk. I'm already telling you. And she was laughing because it was so true. So, make sure that you're highlighting the ones that you really want on your team. That becomes your hot list. You're going to really pay attention to those people. It doesn't mean you're going to ignore the other ones, but just go through and highlight those. And then towards the middle of the month, you're going to also get your customer genealogy, and there's going to be some decline cards. And I have to tell you, my background is in collections, and I used to do repossessions. And so calling people on their cards is not a problem for me, because most people don't even know. It's not that they have no money in their bank account. It's usually an expiration date, or it's a card got compromised. They want to know. So don't be afraid of those. And I go through and look at my team members as well. And I'll send a text and I just let them know, like, you got some declines. I let them go out and get their report, but you got some declines you need to take care of. Because at the end of the month, if it's not taken care of, it can go into in-house collections, which doesn't show up in your credit, by the way, but it's still an unwow for customers. It's just an unwow. And we want to exceed expectations. The other thing that I do, and I did a little bit of it today, is I go back through my canceled customers. I don't know how many of you do that, but I let a few months go by and then I go back and I revisit them. Hey, how you doing? Just checking in with you. How's everything going? Are you feeling okay? Is that problem that you had still, you're still dealing with that? How's your kids? I just reconnect that way. And they're going to come back and say, yeah, I'm still not ready for Juice Plus. Or they're going to say, you know what? Things have changed and I really want to get signed up again. And they already know you. So I go through my cancel customers and spend a little time. So shred customers. This was a little bit for me getting my handle on it, but once I have now, I have actually 2 groups going on right now. I have a shred group on the 4th and I have a shred group with 6 new shredders on the 10th. And so I'm doing 2 different groups, which is like they're on day 8. Oops, you're on day 2nd. But you need to prep them, and you need to get them, you know, so they understand, like, did you get signed up on that? Did you accept that you're going on the Facebook page? Have you watched how to prep? Like, give them, like, not the day before, but, you know, 4 or 5 days, like, here's a grocery list. And I keep it all on my phone. Everything's on my phone. So I keep the grocery list, the notes, everything under a shred folder, and it's on my notes, and I keep everything on here. I actually keep all the text on my phone to make it easier for me, so I can highlight, copy, put it in a text, personalize it a little bit, like 2 sentences, boom, done, next. So it doesn't take me very long, but I have it all on here, and you can actually go out, put it on your phone, go out, bring up the shred guide, go into the daily texting, hit the highlights, copy it, stick it into your notes area, and you got it. And I have all kinds of images in a folder, so it makes it real easy. And then sending them something that's inspirational or encouraging, or asking them, like, how are you struggling? Like, I had someone yesterday, I'm struggling with no coffee, you know? So just really taking good care of them. And then Tower Garden customers, I will tell you, all my Tower Garden customers are Juice Plus customers. So if they have a Tower Garden order, if they're local, I'll go out and set it up. And when I do, I have information on me. It's such an easy door to open. Like, now that you're going to be growing all of your own produce, it's going to be so easy to go out and harvest all of that. And, you know, do you think that's going to be getting you, like we talked about, like that 13 servings a day? Like, no, it's not. It's not going to. It's going to help bridge the gap, but they can bridge the gap even better being on Juice Plus. So it's great to have those conversations. So all of my Tower Garden people are on Juice Plus. In reverse, we should be asking our Juice Plus customers about Tower Gardens. Like, you know, let them have that experience, that incredible experience. If I had not had that experience for me, I bought into it all. You know, the trio, I got on the shakes, the bars, I ordered my Tower Garden as soon as they were available. I mean, I went into it all. So again, think about all the doors you can open by just engaging your customer. So now we want to turn them into raving fans. And I have to tell you that sometimes when you get a lot of customers, it can be almost too many. It's hard. And I actually worked with my upline, Nikki Cotton, to help me with this. So if you're over 40 customers and you're kind of trying to figure out, like, how do I connect with all of them? So what I did is I went through and I made a couple of lists. So when I print out my customer report, I highlight the people that are my hot list and that are giving me referrals. Those people I'm going to be connecting with once or twice a month. Okay? I'm going to be sending them some really good content. Those are the people I'm going to try to get on a lot of calls, get 3-way connection calls set up. And then I had people who have large networks. So they're real happy with their Juice Plus. They don't really want to sign up for the business. They don't want to get started with that. But they have lots of people in their network. And these are these power people. And those people you want to love on. So you really, because they're going to give you referrals as well. They might not be active referrals, but when you see their network, go to their Facebook page, see how many friends they have. That's where you want to really love on them. So I'm touching them about at least once a month, if not like every 45 days. I'm sending them something, and I'm getting them on the phone. I like to talk to them because I want to talk to them about people that they know. And then you're going to have people that just love their Juice Plus and they don't want anything to, you know, they just don't want anything else. They don't want to, you know, you've tried to get other products, they're not responding. They don't really want anything to do with the business. They've made that pretty clear. I'm going to only connect with them about every 2 months. So it helps you kind of pare down. The other one is when somebody calls up and they want to cancel and they start having objections, or they don't understand the soy, or they're saying that it's upsetting their stomach. You really need to really settle in with those people. And I mean, obviously they have the right to cancel, but we really need to, it could be because they just are not seeing the value yet, and they need more information. And so I had somebody that was getting ready to cancel, and I got her on a 3-way call with Nikki. And before we were done, she ordered more product, right? So sometimes it's getting a third party to come in. So you're going to have those people. And sometimes, you know, if they kind of are limping along and I'm going to, be in connection with them. But it could be that, they're okay with it, but they just have a lot of objections. And sometimes it's the financial end. That's a door opening for me. If they're having financial problems, I always ask them, would you spend 15 minutes with me on a call? And because there's ways that you can pay for your product, there's ways to build that secondary income stream. And people, if we don't invite them, we're not giving them the best income experience as well. It's really important that we have that as well. And I know I'm going to. So we want to unlock the, yep, go
I
ahead.
have a quick question on that last
Yep.
slide.
Mm-hmm.
So people who have objections,
Whoops.
what verbiage did you use to get that customer on the phone with Nikki?
With Nikki, I just started asking them, this one right here. So I just started asking them questions about, did they find value in the Juice Plus, for the price? Were they finding value? Did it make any changes in their health? Normally you're going to get all positive stuff. And then, I start asking them about, what they're doing. Has there been a change in their finances? Sometimes, the husband's lost a job, they lost a job. Maybe it could be medical. It could be all kinds of things. And I ask them up front, do you mind if I ask some questions? Because it's going to help me to try to help you or other people that I'm going to come in contact with. So the more information that I can, I'm going to try to give you some options. So some of the options might be they don't know they can push it out 7 months, just give them a little a breather or a break. Sometimes it's, my husband lost their job. That's a perfect door opening to say, I just know what it's done for me. And if you're open to just looking at how this could pay for your product and you could impact people around you, and it could be a secondary income stream for you that could help your family's financial future, would you spend 15 minutes with me, with someone who's been in the business for 25 years and has empowered so many women to be financially free? Would that be, an opportunity for you, like 15 minutes? Could you open your heart to that? I mean, the worst thing is, what do you have to lose for 15 minutes? At least you have the information, And so sometimes I'm pretty open with that, especially when I know that they could potentially, they've got the time, or they're looking, they haven't found anything. So really just opening up that opportunity to them, because if we don't, they might be looking for something at that point in time to help them out. So that's really important. I think that we miss the boat when we don't give them the best income experience as well as, the best health experience. And that goes for our team members. We want them to get an A instead of a C in class, right? We want them to get that best income experience. We know what that looks like. And that actually goes here. I sent Lacey a training that Don Rathman did that changed my life. I've had a 6-4-5 structure for years. And I know that as I get promoted into the upper levels, that structure goes with me. And that's a huge foundation. And so when you have this great customer base and you're taking care of them, you're gonna have that base as well going into the next promotions. And it's incredible. That training, she did the numbers, and it will blow your mind. And really, like, if we think about it, it's pretty easy. People are looking for a health, they want some help with their health. They are looking for solutions. And that's where we come in. We educate. And I don't do too much of the trios anymore. I'm really focused on the shred, because the shred is what's really kickstarting people's health. I know personally what it's done for me, what it does for me every single month. It's a non-negotiable with me. So I tend to lean towards the shred. There's nothing wrong with the trio. If you're just doing trios, I would really encourage you to start layering. I had a guy the other day that got backed up on his Juice Plus, and I know he had. He's been traveling. He said, I have 5 boxes of Orchard and Garden. I said, well, you need 5 boxes of Vineyard. And he said, oh, I think you're right. So I ordered him 5 boxes of Vineyard. So bring value, to them. Bring value and be their partner in health and create these relationships. These aren't just customers. We're responsible, I believe, for the people that we're trying to help. And so if you do that, these people are going to stay with you. If I have one a month cancel, I'm pretty lucky. And then I get like 7 more in, Continue to share with people as you're out and about, but take care of the ones that you have, because I think it's really valuable. And Jim Rohn said this, and I think it's true. If you make a sale, you can make a living, but if you make an investment of time and good service and a customer, you can make a fortune. I really do believe that, because these people will stay with you, right? So, gonna open it up for questions.
Thank you so much, Kerrie. Oh my goodness, that was so amazing. Really powerful information about how we can much better take care of our customers. And what I loved about what you did is you not only said this is how you do it, but you gave us verbiage. Like, you gave us a lot of tools that we can go immediately off and use, rather than, okay, yeah, I know I need to take care of them. What do I say? So thank you so much for the verbiage piece. So if people want to unmute themselves, if you have got questions, this is a great time to ask the expert.
I have a quick question, Kerrie.
Yep.
You had written mission-driven model. Would you say that that's still, like, even with like the Freedom Revolution and all the videos in that, and then the Healthy Living Revolution, out of those 3, what would you say that you like take videos from to send to current customers?
I'm still going to missiondrivenmodel.info a lot, and I think mainly because I think for me, the Freedom Revolution is great for business, and there's great videos there. And the Healthy Living Revolution, there's lots of good resources there. But what I like about the mission-driven model, especially for new distributors, is they list out different language and different things that you can do. Social media, I'm big on social media. And so I'm constantly working with people on Facebook and Instagram. And the Instagram wonder down here at Heidi, she does the same thing. And you get out into Shaper and Bumble and all these places, and you need the language. And I like that, especially for new people, and even for us that's been around a little bit, they give you so many resources and so many tips and tools in that mission-driven model. I just find an incredible amount. There's another website I use a lot, and I don't know how many people know about it, but the campbellteam.net. So I go out there specifically when people are asking me about different questions that they might have about product or certain health conditions. And Wendy Campbell's, that was like gift. That's an incredible website. So I go out there quite a bit too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Kerrie, what's the website for Wendy Campbell? It's campbellteam.net, and then the password is Campbell Team?
Yeah, it's Campbell Team, all lowercase. And you can go in there, and there's just some incredible, just a plethora of information and audios and all from doctors within the Juice Plus company, which is what I like. And you can upload it. You can just copy the link and send it. It's great. Yeah.
That's a great resource. Thank you for asking that question, Nikki.
Yeah, that was a good question, Nikki.
Okay, well, if we don't have any other questions, hurry and unmute yourself if you do. Then I'm going to wrap up Team Call. Thank you so much to Kerrie for spending your time putting this presentation together, for our guests from my Wonder Woman pod, Patty and Heidi, for being here to support all of us. And if anything on Kerrie's presentation tonight was something you didn't know about, like the 645, especially if you're new, don't get overwhelmed if you don't know all of that. It's a journey. We're all on a process. You can learn it when you need to know it. But if any of that was something you hadn't heard of and you would like to know, please reach out to me and I'm happy to send you the information. But thank you so much again for being here. And thank you to Kerrie for all of your love and support and pouring into us tonight. We really appreciate it. And we'll see you guys next week.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can everyone unmute and say thank you?
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Later, Lacey.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Night.
Good night.